Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the first episode of Ijiranaide Nagatoro-san. And this show, I am pretty much watching because I really like the character design of our main girl character here. Like, you could tell me the show is about stamp collecting and I'd still watch this if you put her on the cover of it, so that's why I'm here. I don't know exactly if I will like the overall anime or not, but I mean, really the only way to find out is to watch it, right? So I think that would be a pretty good thing to do, so... Before I get into it though, just quickly let you know how I do things. I do not show anime footage in this video. I just show you subs from it down there next to a timer so you can get your own copy and sync it up with my reaction and then watch along that way. So with all that out of the way, let's jump on in and see Nagatoro doing what Nagatoro does to senpai. So 3, 2, 1, play. I mean, we're starting out with birds. It's kind of how Shadow's house started too. What am I looking? Oh wow, that's a shot. Is this the right anime? Like, I was kind of expecting a more school setting. I mean, this is some pretty stuff. That's a fine crab. But not how I expected it to start, I'll be honest. I'm sure it's great. I didn't see it, but sure it was great. Yeah, they really are going all on with some of these scenery shots. Kill it with fire. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's the school. I knew we'd find it eventually. What's so funny, girls? Let me in on the joke. These are second-year classes. Just snacks everywhere. I see we have some serious students here. She didn't have eyes, but was that Nagatoro? I think it might have been. And I think that's our male protagonist. I don't remember his name because it's not in the title of the show. Library. Is that what we're eating? Because you probably shouldn't do that. Yeah, they're just freaking treating the library like a party room. That is not okay. Yep, our delinquent squad is over there. Don't make eye contact. They're very stereotypical. I think one of them may end up getting their eye on you if you're not careful. I don't know how you could possibly study in that environment. Yeah, what's up with Yuko? How dare he? Who does he think he is? Is he gonna, like, reach his boiling point and go over there and scold them? Oh god, they're staring at me. Didn't even do anything yet. What? He's just sitting there, like, you know. You can only be so calm in that situation. Todo-chan, is that her nickname? That she's gonna get close? Yeah. If she gets too close, her delinquentness will rub off on you. Be careful. Smooth. Way to not draw attention to yourself. Oh no, what did she see? His like manga manuscript. This, yes, yeah. Well, we're not gonna protect you with that attitude. Two pieces, horrible. It's a rip off of One Piece. But something tells me that this will really get her attention. Please do. I think she may have. Well, I think she may want to stay here and interact with our future mangaka over here. So, how does this begin? It's just kind of like, and there's her eyes. And that would make him your senpai. One of the things I knew about this show is that she calls him that. Yeah, those are some magical eyes. Just you can get lost in them. What a creative name. She's pretty cute. I'd protect her. was that obvious? You got a problem with that? I don't mean to, but I do anyway. At least I don't have terrible friends. That is not lining up very well on the sweet speech bubbles. What, are we gonna roleplay the manga? Because that could be fun. Your fist? Oh, wow. Yeah, I think she really is using her fist. I did not expect that. Already having a girl roleplay your own manga. Yeah, you gotta go along with it. Getting pretty close. I'm not sure that's exactly how it went in the manga. Jeez. Tell us how you really feel. Hey, he'll grow into it. It's called character development. Give him a few episodes. You're hard to avoid. You're a lot to look at. Well, he's doing his best, okay? Don't be unreasonable. Kabedon. My god, that face. Like I knew she made some faces in the manga, but the very overwhelming presence she has here. Just don't wet yourself. I think you lost. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Yeah, this was a productive day. Good work, team. I don't blame you for that. That was a lot to deal with. Senpai, don't you ever get angry. Yeah, hopefully rumors about that don't spread. Oh, that's well, okay, yeah, I get it now. That's why she whipped that out. Understandable. You would not forget that experience. Yeah, the brides, nobody was there to watch that besides her. Bijutsubu. I watched an anime about that club not too long ago. Yeah, hello. It's nice to see you. Please don't make me cry. It's just a sad memory. I don't want to keep it. I thought that picture was something else at first. She followed me. Are we sure this isn't a horror anime? Thanks for making sure there's no other exits. Oh, making sure there's no other witnesses. Futarikiri. Man, I don't know how she says it like that, but every time she says it, it's a chill runs through me. Great camera placement, by the way. Oh, that's the model for his drawing. Okay. Why? What is she gonna do with? Or is she gonna make herself the model? Is that where she's going with this? Okay. That's a lot to ask. Like for a guy that had trouble looking at you yesterday. What? Just in general, yeah, anymore it might be a bit too much for him to handle. Me to handle. The world to handle. Well, I mean, yeah, normal. As normal as you get, at least. That's what he said. That's about what he can handle. Scare the crap out of him. He's clearly the imposter. I figured that out a while ago. And she's like a higher tier than average, so the man's doing his best. What are you referring to? What kind of reward are we talking about? I mean, it's probably going to be a disappointment, whatever it is, but we can't draw you if you keep moving. But hey, she's encouraging in her own way. Oh wow, that's actually not too bad. Way better than I can draw. What's the reward? So she can maximize the teasing. She probably wants to make you think it'll be a kiss, but what will it actually be? Because I am expecting it to not be. But she's getting kind of close. But there's no way. I mean, it's episode 1. Yeah, he fell into that. Yeah, thank you for that reward. Yeah, why would you think that? Just because you're 3 inches away from his face? Well, that was probably the hardest part to look at. Please don't do that to me. You kind of did. You definitely made a kissing face. Which is when I knew you had lost. Oh god, she's bending forward. Probably not the only thing twitching. You're quite fast. Man, if you felt bad for Nishikata. He is? I'm pretty sure. And he's older than you too, so if you really are overpowering him, that is pretty sad. Yeah, cry in round 2. I'd say she did. I'm not crying, you're crying. And she's just big shit-eating grin over there. I don't think he's gonna fall for that twice. The plot demands it. Yes. Surely she's just messing with him, right? Yeah, I mean, what else did you expect? Because when you want something badly enough, you'll believe anything. How was that gross? Oh god. Yeah, I think it may have pushed him too hard there. I mean, we already established you were a lot stronger than him. Maybe you should hold back a bit. Ah, the title drop. Sure, but I mean, the biggest difference is that it's an attractive girl this time. It changes more than you might think. That's what turns it from bullying to femdom. Yeah, they never asked to be our model. No, why would I have that? I think the voice actress choice for her is a pretty good one. Well, then what should I call you if Kimi's no good? Call you Toro-chan? Yeah, Nagatoro, with the title. Gotta write the kanji on it. Now write your name on her shirt. Oh, open it. Okay, open it. Ijiranaide. Nagatoro-san. It's actually kind of tricky to read kanji that's literally shaken, but I did my best. Wow, wait, was she naked in that shop? Oh yeah, our friends. They're in the show too. It went out like a real cat face. Easy Love, is that really the name of the song? I wasn't doing anything. Was that a JoJo reference? Ijiranaide, Nagatoro-san. I don't think she listens to the title. And just preview. Is she trying to poke his nipples there? What was the context of that bit? I guess we'll find out next time. Okay. That was the first episode of Ijiranaide Nagatoro-san. Okay. Okay. So yeah, like going into this, I was already kind of expecting it to be I mean, Karakai, what's the name of that show? Expert Takagi-san something teasing, you know, whatever the name of the show. You probably know what show I'm talking about, right? I was kind of right out the gate. I was kind of wondering how similar this would be to that, right? because that was another show I watched that had like kind of a teasing element up from it, from a girl to a guy. So on the surface, it seemed like it might be pretty similar, but and I can see some similarities to it, but also very, very different, right? Like Takagi was she was very playful, teasing Nishikata, and she it was pretty cool that she liked him, liked him, right? And I mean, you could say that's sort of happening with Nagatoro here. She's a lot more savage with her teasing than Takagi was. Like, Takagi had this, even when she was teasing, like, she couldn't really be mad at her because she was always came across as so happy, light, pleasant, fun, you know? Like, there was no real malice there. Like, you never, with Takagi-san, there was never no hint of malice ever, really, right? But here we have. Yeah, here we have Nagatoro-san. She doesn't hold back, man. She goes until he cries. So yeah, definitely a lot different in that regards. Just the sheer intensity of it, like dials it up a few notches. You could say, right? One thing I was also curious about was exactly how they would start to interact with each other. I mean, I probably should have said what I already knew about the series before I got into it, but basically, I knew there was a teasing element, you know, like with the guy-girl kind of dynamic. I knew that she called him senpai, and I think that was pretty much it, really. I mean, I knew what the main girl looked like because I had seen manga image shots past few years or whatever. However long the manga's been popular, I've seen sparse single manga pages from it, right? Because some of my friends have read the manga, right? So I was familiar with her a little bit because of that, her as a person. But of course, she is voiced in the anime. And that was another thing I was definitely curious about. Like, obviously, she had quite a personality to her in the manga, and I was kind of curious how that would translate into the anime with the voice actress and how good of a job she could do with that kind of role. And I thought she did a fantastic job. Like, I think it was a good choice for sure. Like, I haven't read the manga or anything, but with that caveat, I still think that she was a good choice for sure. Like, for sure. And as far as the animation goes, like, the faces that she makes, especially when she has like one eye kind of squinted and the other one wider, like those kind of faces that she makes, man, they have a intensity to them that really just gets to you, especially when she calls him senpai with the tone of voice that she does as she kind of makes these faces and stuff. Yeah, she is a hard one to ignore. I think that's safe to say, right? And the way that she ended up interacting with him was because he knocked his manga on the ground, like the manga he was writing, because he apparently has some interest in being a mangaka. And later on in this episode, we saw him kind of art club, right? So that kind of makes sense, right? I do kind of like how they initially drew Nagatoro and her friends without eyes. It really helped the impact when they finally did give Nagatoro eyes. Like that first shot we got of her, that was great. Like, man, they really did so. They did such a good job with their faces. I don't know how else to phrase it. Like, they did it so well. And the manga, like that was her first real interaction with him. She reads the manga and she kind of teases him over. And that's a really easy thing to tease someone over, right? Because especially if you're like kind of a beginner, you haven't really shown it to anyone, it's kind of a bit of a vulnerable spot for you. And she stabbed that weakness pretty hard, as she does. And we even got like a big old kind of role playing the scene to kind of make her point to him. And she did a pretty good job of that, I would say. And yeah, the scene did not end until he was crying on the floor of the library, right? And that was his first interaction with her, right? And it left quite an impression on him for sure. But one of the things here is that he clearly does not hate her, right? She obviously goes too far with the teasing. That's pretty clear. But I think he still likes her in spite of that, which is why he puts up with it as much as he does. And that's also part of why I put up with it, because I know that she doesn't actually hate him. It's just her way of showing affection. So that's one of the reasons why you can't hate her too much. The other reason being just how absolutely gorgeous she is. Those two things together, it's a powerful force, for sure. Very different scenario than kind of the flashback bullying that we got later in the episode, for sure. So, yeah, the next day, she just kind of shows up at the art club room, which he was the only one there. So I guess he's the only member of the club, I guess. And she kind of volunteered to be his model, which is funny because just in the previous episode, he had trouble looking at her, right? So being a model is that's a requirement. So that was quite a ordeal, really. But yeah, her talks about making herself more sexy was funny because she was already fairly sexy to begin with. Like she's that kind of character, right? So if you bump that up anymore, I think it might become a bit too much for this man to handle. Like let's not kill him. So I mean, in the end, you did draw her fairly well. I mean, better than I expected, all things considered. But yeah, pretty good job. He was promised a reward, and of course the reward was not much of a reward, but I mean, did anyone really expect it to be? Like, not at all. It was just another chance for teasing, which I think anyone could have expected. But it was like a... I wonder if that would qualify as an indirect kiss, because she technically kissed the air that he was also touching with his lips. Would that qualify as an indirect kiss? Probably not. But it's something that just occurred to me. But just, yeah, I mean, half the fun of this anime is just the faces, when the camera really zooms in on those faces, and they give all their effort to drawing them in the most mind-blowing, magnificent way possible. Definitely, and also just seeing her kind of just like this silly animation, moving back and forth, side to side, her silliness, it's just really cute. But yeah, she is stronger than him. She needs to really be aware of that, not accidentally kill this man. So... And yeah, that was pretty much the episode. I don't think there's really much more to say about it. Like, it's pretty much essentially what I expected it to be. There's this man, he goes to school. There's this girl that her interest is piqued in him, and she now teases him, and now he has to deal with that. And then they'll probably grow it closer over the course of the show, right? That's kind of what I expected. And it's what I got. Like, I do enjoy her as a character. Even if she is very, very, very mean to our protagonist, I still enjoy her nonetheless, so... I think I will continue to watch the show. Like, I do wish the male protagonist would, you know, put up a bit more of a fight against her teasing, but for some reason it doesn't bother me that much that he doesn't. I don't know why. Yeah, usually it would, but I don't know. It doesn't bother me too much. Maybe we'll eventually later on. Like, I can't guarantee I'll watch the whole show or anything, but for now I'll continue to watch it, for sure. Like, she particularly draws me more to the show, which is what I expected. Like, it's just, I wonder if there's, like, anyone that went through the episode and just, like, screenshotted every interesting, noteworthy face she made. Because, man, you can make a collage out of that. But, so yeah, pretty solid first episode. I will watch more, so if you enjoyed this reaction to it, I hope you watch more of me watching more of it, and until then, bye-bye. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki and Ryan for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.